environment. Oh, it's for the earth, environmentally sensitive. Murder everyone immediately. You know. They said, sir, Lenin, we're killing entire families, entire villages. How many more do you want? It's just, I want more people dead. I want blood. I need blood. So let's go ahead and go to this report. And I think it illustrates it all. Illustrating myself between Piers Morgan, where he represents the globalist, I represent the nation state that's not perfect, but at least is human. Let's go to it.
For some time, when listening to the passionate, grainy voice of Alex Jones, railing against the growing shadow of a totalitarian New World Order, there's been a growing feeling of déjà vu. Somewhere in the memory hole, there was a strikingly similar attitude, an almost theatrical, raspy, rapid-fire voice heard in a nearly forgotten sci-fi film from the mid-1930s. It wasn't until watching the gun control debate between Alex and the imperious, insufferable Piers Morgan that the pieces fell together. The film, featuring a distorted Alex Jones prototype, was Things to Come, based on the science fiction novel by futurist H.G. Wells, The Shape of Things to Come. Since Wells is often credited with coining the term New World Order, and Alex Jones is the leading pop culture opponent of the New World Order, the two men have, in a sense, already met. From Things to Come, a grainy old movie that had long ago fallen into the public domain, rise the images of a flawed but passionate nationalist resistor known as the Chief, and the pompous, imperious elitist by the unsubtle name of John Cabal. John Cabal heads a new technocratic proto-world government, and the Chief runs the last nation-state. In parallel, Piers Morgan represents a powerful, elitist world propaganda empire, while Alex Jones is the tip of the spear of a grassroots nationalist new media. Cabal and the Chief fight a hot war, while Morgan and Jones fight a world info war. Sadly, no really high-quality prints of Things to Come exist, but the film is one of the most important movies to come out of pre-World War II England, not because it is a particularly good film, but because it is such an amazing New World Order blueprint, a frontal assault on the idea of sovereign nations, religion, liberty, and individual ambition. It is also amazing because it has some of the greatest talent and most lavish production values available at the time applied to its production. Perhaps it is not a great film as cinema because its makers were true believers, too close and too sympathetic to its propaganda messaging to be objective about the film as art. In short, Things to Come is the story of a transition through a war from a world of individual nation-states to a futuristic vision of a world run by a technocratic class whose focus is spreading an elite core of humanity to the stars rather than being particularly concerned with the petty needs and rights of individuals. The action takes place in the near future, 1940, in intermediate future, 1970, and a distant future, 2036. In a representative community aptly dubbed Everytown, Things to Come embodies, it really reeks of the truism that socialist elitists love humanity but hate people. That certainly sums up the mindset of the main character of Things to Come, John Cabal, and of course his spiritual heir, Piers Morgan. As a direct result of decades of devastating war, Everytown is eventually taken over by a warlord gangster capitalist named the Chief. After becoming disillusioned with the existing order and the conflict inherent in free societies, we now see the middle-aged version of John Cabal as a kind of a visitor from space, actually a subterranean headquarters in, of all places, oil-rich Iraq. Cabal is back in Everytown to lay down the law to the Chief that the days of the nation-state private enterprise and self-interest are over. Cabal has been busy organizing the New World Order using science, I guess very much like Nazi Germany, to build an irresistible futuristic air fleet and demands that the chief relent. In other words, surrender or else. The or else is the so-called gas of peace, dropped from Cabal's massive bombers, which is supposed to knock opponents out. Strangely, it winds up being fatal to only one person, the gun-toting chief, while the rest of the rabble seem to have
We're going to go to break and come back with more of it, but it's 18 minutes long. We'll post the full video tonight to Infowars.com. Notice the gas of peace is in Ecoscience with the White House Science Czar. It's called fluoride, and it teaches you to have a lower IQ, lower fertility, and to be an idiot. And they brag they did it on purpose. So enjoy, drink up, folks. Take your shots. I may be here doing the show live. I may not. Probably will be David Knight. But we have the author of The Color Purple and so much more scheduled to join us, who said in the British media she's a listener. And so we're going to be honored to have her on. I'll be calling in or Skyping in regardless when she's on the show tomorrow, whether I'm here or not, the Friday show. That is going to be a big interview, and I think important. And then, of course, I'll be live this Sunday. I'm scheduled to be live this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. There's the nightly news, 7 o'clock every night. It's really important to become PrisonPlanet.tv members. 11 people can use your $5.95 a month membership. That pays for the bandwidth, the cameras, and the reporters. So please become a member, or if you are a member, share your membership today. Where a lot of people are joining. It's really helping us. I want to thank you all. PrisonPlanet.tv is really exploding, so thank you all for your support. PrisonPlanet.tv, tip of the spear of real independent media with our great reporters. This is an 18-minute video. I'm going to upload it to the Alex Jones channel, maybe with a clip of me introducing it earlier, because it really breaks things down. But you can find it online, John Cabal versus Alex Jones, as archetypes. Let's show part of their confrontation going out of this hour. Then I'll do some overdrive and hit that economic news. Here it is.
To build an irresistible futuristic air fleet and demands that the chief relent. In other words, surrender or else. The or else is the so-called gas of peace, dropped from Cabal's massive bombers, which is supposed to knock opponents out. Strangely, it winds up being fatal to only one person, the gun-toting chief, while the rest of the rabble seem to have a zombie-like smile on their face. It's actually logical that they chose Raymond Massey to play Cabal, who also played Abe Lincoln and John Brown, all dour fanatics with a messianic complex and a determination to bend the world to their own view, regardless of the human toll. The chief responds to Cabal's ultimatum by taking him prisoner, but not before a heated confrontation between the two world views.
The first thing we shall want is to get our planes in the air again.
Quite a laudable ambition. But our new order has an objection to private airplanes.
The impudence. I'm not talking about private airplanes. Our airplanes are public airplanes. This is an independent sovereign state at war. I know nothing about any old order. I'm the chief here, and I'm not taking any orders, old or new, from you.
Suppose I've walked into trouble.
Yeah, you can take that as right.
We have some hundreds of new type planes, and we're building more, fast. The factories are working again. We're gradually restoring order and trade in the whole Mediterranean area. We're scouting this region now to see how things are.
You found out. This is an independent sovereign state.
Yes, we must talk about that.
We don't discuss it.
We don't approve of independent sovereign states.
You don't approve.
We mean to stop them.
That's war.
If you will.
All right, I think we know how we stand. Burton, take this man. If he gives you any trouble, club him. You hear that, Mr. Wings over your wits?
My friends know my whereabouts.
All right, that's good.
If I don't come back...
Now, the point is, the globalists go overthrow countries to put al-Qaeda in charge to wreck civilization. They want to teach kids 2 + 2 = 5. They're the ones that want barbarism for you while they live in armored fortresses, and you don't know how to talk, or all you care about is Justin Bieber, or who's that other idiot, used to be named Hannah Montana, whatever her name is. They want you to only know about that and really think that's important, reading all these women's magazines and all the rest of it, Miley Cyrus. While meanwhile, the globalists are trying to take down Russia seeing Putin as the chief. We're not romanticizing the chief. It's just the globalists are the worst cancer there is, ladies and gentlemen. They're not civilization.
You are listening
Overdrive
to
coming up, Infowars.com/show.
Visit
I'm just doing 5
GCNlive.com
extra
today.
on a few stories we didn't hit, I promise to cover. Stay with us. Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Coast to coast. Direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.